What is up, guys? We're back with some more Wild Rift Esports, and of course we are continuing the series between SGP and RSG in the Vietnamese Icon series. And as you can see, we are not going to waste any time. We're straight away jumping into the draft. Lee Sin banned out by SGP instantly. Meanwhile, RSG seems to be locking in the Dr. Mundo ban, and they do. Now, what is the next ban going to be? Seems like it is going to be an Akali. And if you guys didn't check my previous Wild Rift Esports video, you really should. It is literally titled the best Wild Rift Esports match ever, and trust me, it was. And one of the key factors in the late game was RSG Dark's Akali. We'll see what he picks after it is banned out now for the first time in the series. Seems like Saigon Phantom doesn't want to deal with it after that previous game. Honestly, I don't blame them. Now, this Gragas being banned out here, so we'll see. Seems to be a first pick Jarvan. Now, again, last game, Blake won, ran out of jungle picks. So he had to go for that Graves, which didn't work out, okay? It really didn't work out, unfortunately. Actually, I tried out his build though, and with the Trinity Force, Phantom Dancer, and Infinity Edge, I tried it out today in Ranked, and I had some very decent success. Video is coming soon, so make sure to subscribe and ring the notification bell to not miss that. But yeah, it worked out pretty well for me. Graves, of course, being a little bit more of a solo queue pick than a competitive pick. He's definitely more happy with his Jarvan. Meanwhile, Dark and Cozy here, locking in Corki and Orianna. And Saigon Phantom responds with a Camille and a Seraphine once again. Now, the Seraphine was also very instrumental on the side of RSG in the last game. So they are able to secure it now, SGP, for themselves. Is he going to be a Mage Seraphine again, or is he going to be a Support Seraphine? Meanwhile, Braum and Vi locked in on the RSG side here. Vi, of course, very nice standard little jungler, despite the nerf, you know, still a very solid pick. Braum, of course, one of the best supports still, and seems like the Nami and the Ezreal are locked in, which means that the Nami is most likely going to be that support. And the Seraphine is gonna fill that mid lane position, okay? Or it might be an Abyssal Dragon, not an Abyssal Dragon, a Dragon lane, a duo lane. Seraphine again, and Ezreal and Nami could go mid lane duo, something like that. And the last pick is gonna be a Diana again. Okay, so Dark, so far, only playing Akali and Diana in this series, I believe. I'm not quite sure, but I think so. So he's busting out the Diana again. Now, it didn't work out too well for him in the first game. Excuse me, I skipped ahead a little bit too much. And it seems like we have that Seraphine in the mid lane. There we go. Very nice. Okay, now, yeah, Seraphine in the mid lane against Orianna. So for the first time, I believe this series, we see a normal duo lane in the bot lane. So no duos in the mid lane. Very interesting to see. At this point, that is the interesting thing. When we have dual lanes mid, it is not interesting at this point anymore. It is very standard, but here we have the normal, what should be normal, dual lane in the bottom lane. Again, Diana Baron lane. Now, yeah, it is not standard, but seems like RSG Dark just loves to play the mage assassins. Hey, that is my favorite class as well, so I respect it. I respect it, my man. He's killing it so far on them. We'll see if he's going to be able to smurf on the enemies again. I believe he was in the same matchup, Camille, in the first game. Seems like he is getting dove again, just like in the first game. Is he going to be able to outplay? Yeah, he's doing well. He's doing well. He used his barrier. Didn't even use flash. He's doing amazing, man. This is pretty much a repeat of the first game, isn't it? I'm not sure, but I think so. That is crazy. Anyway, Orianna is coming now to defend him a little bit because they are scared he will get dove, but I don't think he will. Both the enemies are very low HP. The Seraphine went back to base. So the Seraphine is actually very happy about this because the Orianna had to help top a little bit. The Seraphine was able to pick up some items, and now the Orianna is sitting there almost out of mana and no items to her name. Only the little starting book that you start off with. So yeah, she's gonna have to hard shove this. She's gonna look into hard shoving this next wave and go back instantly to buy items of herself. Otherwise, she will rapidly lose this mid lane matchup. So the gank in the end wasn't wasted completely. Now this Vi is looking for a gank in the mid lane. does retreat and is looking to move towards that top side, but there's huge ward coverage. You can see there 2 blue wards on the map, 3 actually, 1 in the very deep in the lane bush as well, if you're paying attention to the minimap there. Meanwhile, at that dual lane, seems like the Corki was getting a little bit poked out, but nothing too bad. Dual lane, very even, you know. Ezreal Nami is actually a very sick lane. I love playing with the Nami when I'm playing Ezreal, because the little third ability that she applies onto you, the buff, where you're next to the auto attacks, slow the enemy and deal bonus magic damage, they also get applied by your Mystic Shot, which is super cool. A very nice synergy. You can really chase people. You have a little bit of a slow on your Mystic Shot, even without the Iceborne Gauntlet. So you go for a Trinity, you deal 1,000,000 damage, and it is beautiful. Now this dragon is going to be an infernal dragon, and it is spawning right now. So we will definitely see a team fight. However, the Baron laners, both not there yet. And RSG instantly just starting it off. Very dangerous against a Nami ult and a Seraphine ult, you know? So they have to watch out. They let it reset. They leave. They try to cheese it a little bit, you know? Maybe if the enemies aren't fast enough to follow up, you can decide to finish it. But the Braum pulls it out again. They start it off again. The Camille is now top. She's just pushing. That means it's probably going to be a dragon for RSG here. Is that worth? This is not the nerfed dragon yet. This is not the very newest patch that just came out today. So we have a huge teamfight coming in. First blood going over to Ezreal. However, the Jarvan ends up dying as well. Who got the dragon? RSG actually got the dragon though. But they kind of lost this 4v5 a little bit. Not really. In the end, everyone gets chased down. Ooh, the Corki is able to snipe the Ezreal as well. That is a big deal. And in the end, it is a very nice trade for RSG, because not only do they get kills, but they also get the Infernal Dragon. So even if they completely lost the teamfight, they will be happy. SGP gets the top lane tower. Is that worth? I don't think so. But what they determined is they can't win the fight against this Vi, which is pretty good, strong early. The Braum, we've seen Braum really dominate these team fights with his passive in the early game. It is so strong. The Corki also very strong at this point. Definitely a little bit stronger than Ezreal. Ezreal needs his Trinity Force to really shine. The Corki already was skipped Manamune and it was already halfway through the Trinity Force before that team fight probably. So it was already pretty strong. And the Diana. And the Diana is definitely going to make a bigger difference than a Camille in that dragon fight with that ultimate. And then on top of that, you have another AoE vortex pulling ultimate, which is the Orianna ult. So I think they just said, okay, listen, we don't need to win this fight. We don't need to get this dragon. Let's just push top. Let's just farm, you know, and we'll be happy. And they got some nice kills. They traded pretty well in the fight in the end as well. So they were quite happy with that, I think. Now the Jarvan is not too happy though. He went the GA first item. Shut your mouth, man. Seems like Blake 1 is sipping on that soy milk a little bit, huh? Isn't he? Jesus Christ. Anyway, yeah. GA first item already blown out, you know, already gone. But I think RSG is a little bit of a man advantage once again. They will secure this objective. Beautiful. Ooh, I was going to say beautiful Braum shield to block any skill shots from stealing the Rift Herald. However, in the end, he dies to a well-placed Mystic Shot. But again, the Camille, I think this is a conscious choice of them. They want this Camille to just get farmed so she can start winning the matchup against Diana, which she should at this point. In my opinion, she also has a 1-level advantage because the Diana is not farming as much. And they just want to push the towers. And honestly, they're doing a great job. They're sacrificing objectives, but they built themselves a 4,000 gold lead almost, which is insane. They can be very happy with that. I think this is a very valid strategy that they're pursuing here. Again, sometimes you got to take the L. You got to realize, okay, our draft is weaker than the enemy draft early game. So let's just make the best of it. Let's just use that Camille that can really quickly burst down the towers with her first ability and try to just do that, you know, get some early towers, get the gold advantage, and then try to combat the enemies on more even footing when it's mid and late game, when their draft starts to shine with that Seraphine. The Ezreal, honestly, in Wild Rift, is a late game champion in my opinion. Honestly, I mean, I know in PC League of Legends, Ezreal is clear cut mid game. Early game, meh. Mid game, mwah, perfect. Best in slot marksman. Late game, meh again. You know, falls off compared to crit marksman. But here, his Mystic Shot is just gonna chunk you for half your health if you're a squishy champion late game. So I don't think he falls off. I think he is amazing late game as well. So yeah, definitely. I think they will be in a very good spot. Of course, the Corki is really unnecessarily strong late game as well in Wild Rift, but I feel like the Seraphine does a lot, at least as much as an Orianna probably. Depends on who hits the better ult. I think that Nami is decisive, is very very strong late game. But while I'm saying that, I have to hold that thought because the Jarvan is getting engaged on. The Camille goes super deep now. The Vi ult goes onto the Seraphine but doesn't finish her off. The Braum in the end dies. The Camille goes back in, ults the Corki, isn't able to get him, and ends up just dying in the end. So a little bit of an overextension. Is that Repath gonna kill the Orianna? It does not. It actually, she just uses her barrier and she is fine. The Ezreal ult tries to snipe her again, but it does not hit, not even close. However, the good thing is for SGP is that the enemies are so low HP that they are not going to be able to contest this dragon. So this is going to be an absolutely free Mountain Drake, and the Jarvan ends up jumping away over the wall as well. Beautifully done. And yeah, Saigon Phantom, 3,000 gold lead. Not as impressive as 2 minutes ago. However, they are in a very good position, but RSG is not letting them breathe because they will instantly place down that Rift Herald in the mid lane and try to get that tower. They're not able to quite, but they get a 1.5 plates. You know, it was about to expire, so they make the best of it. And yeah, as I said, that Nami is a very, very strong late game. Now, is she stronger than a Braum? Possibly. We'll see. We'll see. I definitely think Jarvan, in a team fight setting, you know, in competitive, I would say Jarvan is better than a Vi late game because the Jarvan has an AoE knockup. He has the AoE ult that can really combo well with the Seraphine, with the Nami as well. So I feel like he outperforms the Vi a little bit. So of course, in solo queue, the Vi can go a little bit damage focused, which in esports they never do. You can see he already has that Sunfire Aegis. But yeah, in solo queue, of course, you will one-tap people with Vi in the late game, whereas Jarvan will do nothing. So when you're your own man, you got a 1v9. Jarvan is definitely worse late game. But in competitive, I would argue he's better. Now the thing is, that the main reason why SGP probably thought, okay, we can win this late game, is the Camille. Because the Camille is uncontested late game, so she will always be able to split push and win. Even against the Diana, even full items, I think the Camille should just win, because the Diana really can't afford to build any defensive stats. She has to go full assassin, mage, full AP. But the Camille easily goes 2 tank items. If she goes 2 magic resistance items, what is the enemy team going to do? Nothing. Corki deals so much magic damage. Orianna, pure mage. Diana, pure mage. Braum, no damage, past support. And the Vi is full tank. So this Camille, they just banked everything on her. And it seems to be working. Look at this. The pressure she's applying. This is literally what we're seeing right now. So you can already see the SGP really thinking about what their draft can do before this game started. Very impressive, I have to say. Guys, I'm telling you, these two teams keep impressing us more and more, man. It is so much fun to watch this. Very well identified what they should play around. Very well identified that the enemies probably have a better early game team fight. Jarvan a little bit too deep. Is he going to be fine? He has the GA. Oh, poor Seraphine. She tries to combo the ult onto her Camille, and then it extends further, as you guys know. But the Camille exactly in that moment used ult and jumped away from the Seraphine ult. But the enemy is a little bit chunked. Saigon Phantom steals their blue buff. Not too bad, not too good. Not really worth to commit that teleport to just steal a blue buff. But, you know, they're still applying pressure constantly. They're still showing RSG they're the boss. And again, Saigon Phantom is at match point. This is a best of 5. If they win this game, it is over. So they're definitely doing very well. This is a very slow game, as you can see. Once again here. Very, very slow early and mid game, but that is how League of Legends is. That's how it is on the PC. At the highest level. That's how it seems to be on mobile as well so far. What is that little shadow? Look at these pixels around the Nami, man. There's some bug. Nice little glitch there. Looking cool though. It looks like a project skin or something, man. Isn't the program Nami coming or something? I don't know, man. Who cares? Anyway, I digress. I thought maybe it's a... Oh no, look. As you said, oh, it's the blue buff. Ha! The blue buff is bugged. Anyway, huge Jarvan ult coupled into the Seraphine ult. Seraphine gets ulted by the Vi. Beautiful shockwave. 3 people hit there. The Corki goes super deep like an assassin. It bites him though and he ends up dying. And I think that is just an easy team fight at the end for SGP. The Corki going a little bit too deep. The Orianna shockwave looked beautiful, but it wasn't enough. And in the end, SGP is able to win the whole fight. I know what Corki was thinking. He needed to get that Valkyrie off. He needed to get it into their face. However, at the end of the day, man, if you go so deep, the enemy marksman is not contested during that whole fight. He's just gonna one-tap you. That's what Corki, that's what Ezreal did to that Corki. SGP is able to secure that Baron buff. And I think, judging by the 6,000 gold lead, judging by the amount of pressure this Camille can exert onto the enemies. By the way, Camille not going for the Sunfire Aegis. Seems like here, this player does not like it, but a lot of other esports players so far like the Sunfire Aegis Camille. I honestly like it as well. I'm not an esports player, of course, I'm just a little dumb kid. There you go. But that is exactly why I like fire, you know? The fire jutsu, man. Sasuke! Koton, Kagewana jutsu, huh? That wasn't right, but it's fine. Anyway, you know, I like the Sunfire Aegis, it's cool. You should try it. It's cool, man. I made a video a couple hours ago. Anyway, definitely up to preference, I guess. Without the Sunfire Aegis, you will have some more... you will have the aggressive items earlier on Camille, like the Death Stance, you know. Trinity into Death Stance, a lot of dueling potential. And while I'm saying that, we have the Camille just, again, split pushing. Very happily with that Baron buff now. The Jarvan also split pushing. Wanted to place a ward. He is, of course, very safe. You saw how he was a little bit overextended. Ooh, this Diana, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? She gets away. If the Camille goes a little bit too deep there, she gets ulted by the Diana. But while I'm saying that, the Vi ends up dropping. The Braum ended up dropping as well. And I think SGP is just going to finish off this game because that Ezreal ult was pretty big. It chunked the enemies. And they couldn't heal properly. And now they're super low. And yeah, they can't do anything. Easy peasy game, man. The other 4 games were incredibly close. They were absolute bangers. But this one, SGP definitely showing that they are the stronger team here. 3-1. The series goes to them. Beautifully done. So well played around the Camille, man. You know, you really... That just shows why Camille is oftentimes banned. She didn't even do anything special, man. She was just hitting towers. But at some point, she has such a gold advantage. She just bops you, man. She just ults you. You have to back out. She keeps hitting those towers. And it's just not... You can't deal with it. You might want to gank her. Well, she has that jump, you know? She Mikasa 3D maneuver gears away from you, you know? Slices your Titan neck. I'm just kidding, Tommy. You're a little kid, man. You're not a Titan. You'll never be one. I'm just kidding. Timmy, you can be anything. Anyway, let's see who is the MVP. Who has the most damage dealt? Of course, it is the Orianna with that beautiful shockwave. However, this Ezreal smurfing on it. 23,000, very well done. And the real MVP is, again, the coach or whoever is the captain of the team and told everyone, yo guys, give them the dragons, who cares? We're gonna push with Camille and she's gonna win the game. There we go, beautifully done. Shows exactly why strategy is very important in this game. And I really hope you guys enjoyed. Please let me know which other Wild Rift Esports matches I should check out next now that we're done with this series. Drop it in the comments below. As always, make sure to not spoil the outcome. Make sure to not spoil anything. Like, don't tell me, ooh, they get 4 dragons or something. Shut up, man, okay? No spoilers at all. Just tell me it is good, and I'm gonna check it out. You have my word. If it gets enough upvotes, it gets upvotes, okay? Upvote the ones that you want to see. And yeah, really hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you for watching. Peace.